You are listening to Connections by your favorite radio presenter, Hortensia Moreno. Tune in every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Time. Only on netradioonline.com. The radio created for you.
Welcome back. This is Net Radio Online, and this is Hortensia Moreno, radio host Connection. And today we have Ricardo Santana. Welcome to the show, Ricardo.
Thank you so much, Hortensia. So happy to be here.
I apologize. REYNALDO Santana. Sorry.
Thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm happy to be part of Net Radio, being part of here, and also letting the listeners around the world to listen in to this broadcast. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. And please, if you can introduce yourself and let us know a little bit more about you.
Sure. Well, my name is REYNALDO Santana. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm currently the founder CEO of Marketing with Experts. That's a digital marketing agency that's focused on helping organizations transition into this new generation of inbound marketing and new types of technologies out there. So that's who I am, where I'm from, what I do. And for a fun fact about my hobbies, I love to sing, and I love to sing Frank Sinatra songs, and I also play the trumpet, and I'm also a conductor for the Boston College and also MIT.
Oh, wonderful. You're full of energy.
Yeah, of course.
I know that after when you graduated from university, how difficult for you was to start your own business?
Well, I must say, as a small boy, I've always wanted to help businesses grow somehow. And being the first in my family to go to college has been an incredible experience, I must say. And, you know, I went to UMass Lowell for my undergrad. I did international business, business management, IT, and the minor music. And then I went off to do my master's in leadership. And I think that's where I kind of made the decision that once I graduated, I'm going to put everything that I've learned from my mentors, from the books, and just start my own business, see what happens. Either crash and burn or succeed, no matter what, just go out there and just get the experience you need.
What do you think is the most important steps in order to start your own business?
Most important step, I believe, is to have a purpose and a vision in mind. I always tell, the students that I mentor that if you don't have a map to get to a destination, then you're going to go in circles, you're going to get lost. So before you start a business, always have in mind where you see yourself, what are you trying to achieve, what kind of problem you're trying to solve. Have that type of roadmap ready to get yourself, up there to execute.
What do you think was the most difficult when you actually start your own business? Do you think, that actually you can make it easy, the transition when you start to when you already are, for example, right now you are CEO. So how do you think something that you wanted to change at this time?
So that's a big question as a whole, because I have a lot of responses to that. I mean, there's a lot of challenges to start a business. I mean, there's people who have capital to start a business and people who don't have capital to start a business. I was one of those people that didn't have the capital to start a business. I just had the emotional touch, the excitement, and the knowledge. But I also, believe it or not, I had to work a full-time job in the afternoon, second shift. And then the first shift in the mornings was work on the startup. So it took a lot of hours, a lot of sacrifice of my time, especially, I'm 28 at the moment, so there's many things that happens in your 20s, so many parties, things to travel. And, I had to put all that away temporarily to make this business grow and make it possible. But, if I had to change something, is maybe first saving money first and then starting a business, because it's just much more easier. It's less risky. And overall, it'll be a better experience,
Yeah. So what advice can you give somebody who wants to follow your steps?
I would say the most important thing that's helped me a lot, and I advise a lot of young people and people of different ages, is always get a mentor. There's so many people out there who love what they do. They're out there waiting for people to reach out to them so that they can help them and give them advice and tips. Not only that, but mentors and coaches are there so that you won't fail, so you can learn from their mistakes, their failures. They're also there to help you to connect to other people that can also, help you connect the dots. So if it were to be me giving a tip is to find yourself a mentor in that field, or not in that field, to give you different perspectives and to give you the ability to have a listening board or someone you can share the ideas with. That's really, really important. Rather than just having one perspective, you have multiple perspectives.
Yes, right. What do you think is the most important to be successful?
I think the most important thing to be successful is always stay hungry. Oh, like Steve Jobs would say, always stay foolish, always stay hungry. Life is an emotional roller coaster. You have to set the right expectation. You're going to have your good days and your bad days. And you have to also, most importantly, understand the importance of failure. Fail equals first attempt in learning. You see? So if you understand what failing means or what being rejected means for sales, you're going to have a great time. Because so many people grow up with the with the mindset that failing is bad, and we're all scared or fearful of many things. I tell people, take fear, which equals face everything and rise, rather than just take fear as something I'm scared of. So you should go out there and face your fears and do as many mistakes as you can, because that's the best way to learn and to grow as a person.
Personally, what do you do when things go wrong?
Things go wrong, I just stop.
What do you do?
You have to stop, take a breather, take a nice little walk, and just reflect. And just think about, okay, here's a problem. And just think about solutions. I tend to like to take a piece of paper, write the problem right in the middle, and create like webs of different types of solutions, different types of concerns, and just put everything on a piece of paper. That will help me organize my thoughts and just think about what's the best approach. Another thing that I like to do is also, again, get different perspectives, what people think of possible solutions. What I've learned is that we have a way of thinking one way, but when we ask other people, they see things different ways. So I always like to ask, my interns or employees, what do they see? What do they think? How do they feel? Because all that matters. Business is just not a one perspective view pipeline. It's multiple. So that's what I tend to do when I have a problem.
Oh, great. What is the best way to help a business to maximize their potential?
So can you repeat the question one more time?
Yes. What is the best way to help your business to maximize their potential?
Oh. What's the best way to optimize their potential of a business? I always believe that a business is not a business without its customers. So when there's any type of problem or you're thinking about expanding the business or trying to optimize it, always go back to the basic foundation, your customers. It may be through surveys, maybe through phone calls, personally, ask them questions, learn how they feel, what they think about the products or services, what would they like to see down the road. Same thing as your employees. Take them all on a dinner or a one-on-one. Get to know them better. All these feedback from people will help you expand your business. Not only that, other than feedback from your customers and your employees, one of the most important things is knowledge. Always staying up to date to the news. Always staying up to date to, new skill sets that you can add later on. Some tips I have for those people listening who enjoy learning and want to continue learning is there's different websites out there that provide free courses from Harvard or MIT or Brown University or Penn State. You name it. Some of those websites are edx.org, coursera.org, iTunes U, that stands for iTunes University, Khan Academy, and also, let's see, there's YouTube videos as well that provide the free courses. These are free things. And some of them you may have to pay, but it's very, very little. That also count as credit for any type of university out there. So that's some ways to improve overall.
Yes, I think when you create your education really helping your business. So this is really a key in order to make your business to be successful.
I say it certainly does help a lot. I say in school has taught me a lot how to think very analytical, how to process problems, situations, studying a lot of case studies. Because if you really think about it, many problems that many companies have today, same companies have had problems in the past for different generations. So it's applying different type of strategies, and that comes from learning and reading and asking questions to your professor. Now, I know that sometimes people may not have access to, university because of financial reasons. But what I do know is that we have the ability to communicate, using LinkedIn, connecting with people, or going out there networking and asking questions. The most important thing of a human being is we are curious human beings, and we should stay always curious about certain things and ask as much questions as we can.
I know, I think you are a mentor, that's right. So you have a mentor, I think, at the university as well?
Yeah, I have so many mentors. You'd be surprised. People, and that's another thing I like to...
Well.
Yeah, I'm also a mentor as well.
Yeah, good. So what do you think is the most important for you? Be a mentor and be a mentee.
It's funny. They're both really important, and you have to switch your the plug on your brain. But I think also being a mentee, you can still learn from the person that you're mentoring as well. Like I mentioned, we all have different perspectives. But I love mentoring. Growing up, having mentors, that has molded me to the person I am today, and I'm always thankful for them for their time and dedication. But I do mentor right now at MIT for a program called Splash, where I talk about branding and leadership for high school students. And another one's called El Conexión. That's here in Massachusetts, where they take me to different YMCAs, Boys and Girls Club, and I speak to, young kids about, how important it is to learn and also to challenge yourself. Not only that, but what drives me the most is kind of focusing a lot on minorities, those people who kind of, grew up in those type of trenches or grew up in those projects like I did, that sometimes believe that they may not have the same opportunity. And I'm there to kind of inspire them, to show them that, hey, it is possible. And I'm a living example of someone who's a minority who wants to succeed, and they can do it as well. So,
thank you, Reynaldo. We have to go for a short break. We will come back in a few minutes.
You're right.
Thank you.
Eternal, la línea de productos de belleza líder en el mercado, elaborados con los más finos ingredientes europeos y patrocinador oficial Miss Universo 2014. Sé parte de este grupo de profesionales exitosos y empieza a ganar dinero ahora. Luce y haz dinero con Eternal. Informes al teléfono 140-8799-0825. Eternal.
Estás escuchando Net Radio Online.
¡Qué bien! La hora del lunch. Y la pregunta de siempre, chicos. ¿A dónde vamos a comer? Ven a Playa Tropical, el mejor restaurante mexicano en New Westminster, en el 334 de la calle 6. Pozole, menudo y lunch special todos los días. Flautas, enchilada de camarón y ceviche de pescado, 10 variedades de tacos, ¡qué rico! Música en vivo viernes y sábado. Prueba la bebida de la casa, nuestra deliciosa Tropicadita. Música, sabor y hospitalidad mexicana. Restaurante Playa Tropical. Menciona este anuncio y en la compra de tu meal un jarrito gratis. Creada para ti. netradioonline.com.
Welcome back to Net Radio Online, and this is Connection. Today we have Reynaldo Santana with us. Reynaldo, can you tell us a little bit more about the leadership?
Yeah, of course. So I got a master's from Northeastern University, master's in leadership, concentrating in managing teams and projects on a national level and also international level. And, what inspired me to do a master's in leadership was, back in college, I'm an undergraduate, I was a resident advisor, someone who kind of takes charge of a building of students who sleep in it. And I had to enforce policies. I had to be kind of that enforcer guy. But not only that, I was part of the community, the campus, where I was part of many boards, many organizations, and empowered me to be a leader on campus and challenge myself and also help develop other people. So my professor, Ralph Jordan, he has a master's in leadership, and he told me about the program and how it can help me bring myself to the next level. And I'll tell you something else, that while having that experience helping a lot of students in college, it really brought a passion out of me, a new passion that I didn't know, and that was to see people grow and succeed and be happy. So I took on that challenge, be the first in my family to do a master's, and I got in. It was 2 years. I was working full time at the same time while going to school. A bit challenged, but I made it, and it's the best feeling in the world when you finish and you have your master's in your hand.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what is that really make you feel, or you really enjoy most when you are, taking a position as a leadership, maybe with the community or at the university? What do you really, or what do you enjoy when you are doing this role, or playing that role?
You know what? This may sound a little cheesy, but it's the smiles that I see from people when they're smiling, when they know that they get it, they understand it, they're learning, they're growing, and that I was part of that process, seeing them kind of being, from that, oh, I'm scared, or I don't know what to do, or help me, and then to that I did it moment factor, really inspires me and pushes me a lot as a leader to keep focused and help them grow one by one. I'm somebody I can mention. Call me 24/7. I'm there for you. I'm always a team player, and I think it comes from my family and my upbringing. My father and mother used to be a pastor, and I grew up in that church, so I got to learn a lot about loving your brother and sister, and how important it is to treat everyone like you would treat yourself, or how God would treat people. So I think that type of upbringing really has kept me humble all the times, and also patient. I've learned a lot that everybody is different, their personality is different, and it just takes patience and love and care, and everything else will come on its own.
Yes, how important having your family through your transition from when you started university and now that you're a CEO.
Correct. I've seen a lot within my experiences, good bosses and bad bosses. So I've learned what not to be to people and how to be with people based upon my experiences. And that's another thing I got to say to people is go out there and get different experiences and learn more about who you are as a person, because that's going to help you a lot in the long run to understand who you are as a person and how you impact people.
Okay. As you said before, because you were talking about your family, how important having your family through this process?
So I think it's the main thing that fuels me up. It's my reason why I wake up every morning. My family comes from the Dominican Republic. They came here in the U.S. in the 80s. I remember being raised up by my grandmother part-time because my parents had to work 70, 80 hours at a shoe factory, had to walk to work. And I think the day that I remember when my mother gave up her breakfast to give it to me because I was hungry, that's, I believe, the day that I woke up as a young child when I was 8 years old. I told myself, you know what? I'm going to work really hard in this life so my parents won't have to work and they can enjoy their lifetime because they've sacrificed so many things for me and my brother. So I was made a promise that by age 30, they're going to be all set. And I'm keeping my promise. And I'm working really, really, really hard. Now that I'm 28, I'm 29 next month. I mean, time it's clicking. So I'm working really hard for that. But I think family is the most important thing for me. This is unconditional love. So, and not only that, but I want to transform that to my next generation of kids once I have them, of course.
Yeah. How important is for you to empower girls and boys?
I think it's extremely important. I learned the word empowerment when I was working at Apple. I was there for 3 years in the Apple store as a salesperson, helping customers left and right. And there were many situations where I didn't know what to do. And my managers has always told me, Ray, I'm going to tell you the most important word in your lifetime, empowerment. I'm like, what's that? He's like, do what you have to do to make the customer happy. Take the decision on your own. So that's when I understood the word empowerment. And ever since, I was empowering my own students. I'm like, sometimes they don't know what decision to make. I'm like, the answer is within you. Even though you may feel scared, but I'm going to empower you to do the best decision and do the best work you can do. And it kind of gives people that confidence, that, you know, it builds up confidence for them. But I think it's always important to empower people because that's the only way you're going to grow.
Yes, I think it's very important to be one positive, have ambition.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and have passion for what you are doing. So I can see you are very positive. You have passion for what you are doing. You really love what you are doing right now. And as well, I'm surprised that you have a book right now, Tradition Meet Innovation. That's right.
Yeah, right over here. Another thing, first author again in the family to do this. And, you know, it's not a huge book, 60 pages, but it has a lot of value to it to provide to people. It's called Tradition Meet Innovation, Catching Up to Millennials. And it's about how the marketing and sales industry has changed over the last century. Now that we have the internet and new technologies. So the book covers the history of marketing from the newspaper era, advertising, word of mouth, knocking on doors, flyers, posters, you name it. But the potential and how do you bring potential customers to your online marketplace through inbound marketing techniques. And so it explains how it works and how to implement it for your business.
What inspired you to write your book?
Well, so there's a gentleman called Gary Vee. I think everybody knows him. He's an entrepreneur, very successful. And I saw a YouTube video of him. And he said, you know, be phenomenal or be forgotten. So how can you be remembered when you leave this lifetime? What can you leave behind? A legacy behind. You know, maybe leave children behind. So I told myself, you know what can I leave behind? And let me start with writing a book. I'll be honest with you. Growing up, I wasn't the best reader. Didn't love to read. Didn't like to write. You know, it was mostly just music. But you know, I've learned to read in terms of I've learned to love to read and also to write. And yeah, it was my first book. You know, 60, 70 pages. It was a bit challenging, but for a few years, I've always had that kind of that mind block saying, oh, I can't write a book. It's just too many pages, so hard. I don't know the process. What I learned is this. It can be 10, 20, 30, 40 pages. You're an author already. Doesn't matter. And all the training is online on how to write your own book. And all the support is out there as well. So if I can do it, anybody else can do it. And I also wanted to do it to inspire young people. I think we need more young authors out there as well, especially from minorities, you know. Hey, I did it. You can do it too. So that's reasons why I wrote the book. And
about this topic, what do you think when immigrants move to a new place and they are discouraged? Maybe for the different situations they're going through. What do you think they should do first, or what can you advise?
So you're asking me the question of when someone comes to a new place or a culture shock, and how do they kind of survive or stay motivated?
Yes, because many of when they immigrate to a new place, most of them they are discouraged because they believe or they find out that sometimes it's not easy as they thought. So what do you think is really important for them to do when they arrive to a new place?
Okay, I understand that question. I think that's a really important question. I think many people today go through that every day, believe it or not. And I think me as a person, I may sound kind of exciting, energetic, kind of extroverted. I used to be, believe it or not, an introvert, very shy, didn't like to talk to people, very closed-minded. But I learned in college, my freshman year, I learned the importance of how to be realistic to yourself. I had many weaknesses. I wasn't a bright A+ student in high school. I mean, I graduated with a 1.8 GPA. I barely passed. And when I made it to freshman year at a community college, I told myself, listen, Ray, man, if you're going to make it, you got to be real. You know, you're not good at this, and this. Forget about being embarrassed about going to the teachers or going to the study lab or to speak with a tutor. Be real with yourself. Go after your weaknesses and work on it and make it happen. So what I'm trying to say is, and since I did that, my life has changed. So for someone who comes here, you know, to a new country anywhere around the world as an immigrant, and they feel kind of scared, culture shock, they feel by themselves, worried or scared, I think the most important thing is to be realistic. You're there for a reason, to make a better life for you and your family. And the most important thing you have to do is just ask for help. Don't be shy, don't be nervous, don't be embarrassed. We're all humans, we all are emotional, we all have had different types in our life where we were scared or nervous. Just ask for help. That's the most important thing I have to say. And because people understand, they understand.
Yeah, you're right. Personally, for you, what's really difficult? I don't think it was difficult because I believe you didn't did the transition, because obviously many immigrants, they come when they are between, 14, 15, different age. But do you think that you face any multicultural shock yourself?
You know what? I say yes sometimes, and I'll tell you why. So, I'm someone who loves to go networking, so sometimes I put myself in situations that's really uncomfortable, where I don't know what to do or feel or what to say, and that means here in Massachusetts, I mean, it's very diverse. We have different groups with different backgrounds, and I'm someone who loves culture, love to learn about different backgrounds of people, food, because I love food. But other than that, I would say to put myself in groups of people who maybe don't look like me or have my background. And sometimes I don't know what to do. But I think always being honest and kind of show my personality and why I'm there always has helped me learn a lot about people. So I think that helps a little bit.
Thank you.
Of course.
We have to go for a break, so we will come back soon. This is Net Radio Online, and this is Connection.
Net Radio Online. Escúchanos todo el día, todos los días.
¿Le preocupa la caída de su cabello? ¿Ya no brilla y luce como antes? No se preocupe más. Sistemas de tratamiento Monet tiene la solución. Clínicamente comprobado. Recupere el crecimiento y restaure su cabello en solo 90 días usando Monet. Gima Chater los atenderá con el profesionalismo que ustedes se merecen. Informes y ventas al teléfono 604-317-4970. 604-317-4970. Monet.
¿Tienes un antojo de un pastel tres leches? Un pie de queso con elote probablemente. ¿Qué tal unas galletitas veganas de lavanda o de chocolate? ¿O una deliciosa y sana granola? En Healthy Treats trabajamos con los ingredientes de la más alta calidad y podemos crear cualquier tipo de antojo que tengas. Visítanos en nuestra página web healthytreatsbc.com o llámanos al teléfono 604-441-8502. Recuerda, Healthy Treats tiene algo especialmente para ti.
Escúchanos, somos Net Radio, viviendo contigo en el tiempo y en el espacio, donde el sonido lo pones tú. La magia, Net Radio. Net Radio.
Welcome back to Net Radio Online, and this is Hortense, and we are in connection. Thank you, Reynaldo. You were sharing with us that as well you have passion for music.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes,
So,
I love music.
besides being busy with your company, be a mentor, studying, you have passion for music?
I do.
Yeah.
I play the trumpet. I've been playing trumpet since the age of 7, so that's 21 years now. Believe it or not, it goes very quickly. Mom and Dad taught me when I was young. I practiced 6 hours a day. You know, by age 8, I was playing for the military, playing taps for them. You know, so I got to do a lot of playing also in my church. So that was pretty fun. But my parents also are musicians, so I guess it came from there as well. My dad plays the tuba, mom plays the tenor sax, my brother plays the percussion. So we're like a musical family. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I do that. Right now I play mariachi music as well. I actually have a performance tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're a mariachi?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, all right? I'm American. I have Dominican blood. I sing like Frank Sinatra and also like Vicente Fernandez, like the mariachi singer. And also I play these different types of music. I'm so mixed. I don't know how it happened, but that's what happens when you're exposed to music at a young age. You find yourself. But yeah, I have a love for music and conducting as well.
Yeah, well, I can see that music is really one of your passions, and that's wonderful.
Yeah. Listen, music has helped me so much in business, you have no idea. Something that I learned that 99% of people love music. So when you go out networking or trying to make a business deal or something, I mean, I always feel like music, for me, always breaks the ice. So once I ask the question, hey, by the way, you know, what kind of music do you listen to? You know, they tell me whatever genre it is, and I can tell them a few artists or a few great songs, and I talk about my music background, and it makes everybody calm down because, you know, we just love music. But it's great. It's great.
Oh, so well, it's something new, you know, that now we have a mariachi. Besides the CEO, you're a mariachi.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. You know, we all have a purpose in life. We all have a dream that we like to accomplish. My end goal in life is, you know, I'd love to become a philanthropist one day, going to third world countries and kind of inject STEAM, which is kind of like STEM, but you add the arts to it. So we have the science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and kind of help communities build themselves with all these type of skill sets. But most importantly for me will be music, because I believe many cultures out there connect with music, and I love to kind of build communities around that. Even like Cuba. I mean, you go to Cuba, everybody just loves music. They respect music. It's just different. It's a different world over there. But I love to do that down the road, build communities, and having music to be part of that.
Well, everybody says that music is an international language, so everybody enjoys it, and I think this is wonderful. Besides, you know, when you encourage to early age to start music or art, actually is very good because they help in different ways.
Listen, I'm not done yet here in America. I'm getting experience right now, but God knows that I'm going to get more experience with working in business and hopefully one day get my PhD. So I can go into the government sector and kind of fight for music and arts here in America. Because, I mean, other countries have music and arts everywhere. It's important to them. But USA, for some reason, I mean, it's just, they're killing the programs and there's no budget, no money for that. And I want to fix that problem. I know that I can't do it alone, but I know there's many people out there that would love to do the same thing as well. And the way to do that is by working together because we're stronger together.
Yes, you're right. Well, that's, I think, something important you already said, because that's you give back to your community. Because I believe if you don't give back to your community, the circle is not complete.
Yes, I agree 100% with you, Hortensia. I tell people in different interviews, I'm not who I am if it wasn't for my community, because everybody has an impact in my life growing up. So I will never forget about my community, and always, again, when I have a chance, always give back. Doesn't matter. It's the most important thing to pass it forward to create a better generation as we go on. Yes,
right. Yeah, it's something that right now, be a mentor. Do you have any programs, any workshops for your students?
You know, it's funny to say that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I mean,
no, it's okay.
So funny you mentioned this because I was thinking about for the 2018 kind of Well, I've been actually building a website right now. It's called REYNALDO@SANTANA.com. If you go there now, you find my picture and kind of add your first name, last name, email. Because what I'm trying to do is building a website where I do provide tools, resources for people who want to be mentored or for mentees to collect information. I'll have my information on it, my experiences, books that I recommend. It'll have also online workshop videos. So it's things that I'm actually working towards as we speak. So it's in my goals, in my pipeline.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So that's we're gonna maybe hear more about you next year. Yes,
I would love to come back and tell you how's it going, and again share knowledge, share wealth to everybody, because that's the most important thing. It's passion. So
if somebody wants follow your steps, not only as a CEO or as an entrepreneur, but they want to follow your step as well in music, what do you think they should do, or what tips can you give to them?
So I say do it up. Hell yeah. I mean, people tell me, oh, so you're doing business, so that means that you're not doing music anymore. No, I'm still doing music. That's my passion. That's my getaway world. I mean, we have to have something to help us get away from the stressful environment or world and do something fun. But I think, yeah, you can do both things at the same time. Do a business, be a CEO, be an entrepreneur, and have something on the side. I think that is what makes it unique. Believe it or not, when I go out and do public speaking to different audiences, I always do this. I always perform first with my trumpet, and then I introduce myself, because that's the brand that I'm trying to build. I want to tell people that, hey, this is part of me. I love music. It's part of me. And this is what I do. I do business. But this is who I am as a person. So I always play music before I start. So for anybody who wants to follow my steps, I mean, of course, be happy to reach out to me. Look at my steps. But most importantly, be you. If music is your thing, great. Play trumpet, play anything you want to play. Or if cooking is your thing, hey, do business and have yourself a cooking show on YouTube or something. I mean, just be you, be happy, and do what's right for you. No one's the same.
It would be wonderful if we have you in Vancouver, so hopefully you can come soon.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love Canada. I mean, I've been to Montreal twice. I haven't gone any other places, but last year I was playing it in the parade on Canada Day. I was there last July. I played with the church band, and it was so beautiful. So many cultures. I must say, you guys keep your cities clean. I mean, wow, you guys are doing that. That's amazing. But yeah, I'd love to go to Vancouver one of these days.
Yes, we are very green city. That's our goal. Yes, something else that I want to ask you, because you're very positive, energetic, and do you have any, personal ritual that you follow to, keep the days and go to your work, come back to school, be a mentor, go for your music? How do you manage all this?
Wow, I've gotten that question so many times, and they tell me, do you sleep? I mean, I can tell you this. In undergraduate, I slept 3 hours a day my junior, senior year. I had, the 4 majors. 3 majors and the minor. I had the 3 part-time jobs. I mean, I had a busy life, but because I was driven, I was ambitious. But it's habits. Having habits is so important to keep yourself organized. But the most important thing is your mind, how you program your mind. It's what you tell yourself in different situations that will matter at the end of the day. So something like you mentioned, very positive, energetic. That's really important. Even though when you don't feel energetic, if you feel depressed or sad, fake it. Fake that you're happy and you're excited. It'll feel so uncomfortable, but then it will become second nature, and you'll see that people will come to you. I mean, you will attract people to you with your positive energy and vibes, because people want to be happy. So when you see someone smiling, you're curious, why is that person smiling? I want to smile with them as well. They're laughing. I want to laugh with them as well. So something that keeps me energetic and keep going is just the way I speak to myself, the way I speak to myself with other people, And also who I hang out with is really important. It's true what they say. Tell me what your friends are. I'll tell you what your future's going to be like. So surround yourself with positive people who are smart, and good things will happen to you.
Thank you. We need to go for a short break, and we will come back to Net Radio Online. And this is Connection.
Stay tuned.
Net Radio Online. Escúchanos todo el día, todos los días.
Siempre contigo. netradioonline.com. Net Radio.
Eternal, la línea de productos de belleza líder en el mercado, elaborados con los más finos ingredientes europeos y patrocinador oficial Miss Universo 2014. Sé parte de este grupo de profesionales exitosos y empieza a ganar dinero ahora. Luce y haz dinero con Eternal. Informes al teléfono 140-8799-0825. Eternal.
Despegamos a la conquista del universo. Net Radio. Creada para ti. Estamos para ti. Net Radio.
Net Radio Online. Escúchanos todo el día, todos los días.
Welcome back, and this is Net Radio Online, and this is Connection, and today we have Reynaldo Santana. Well, you were sharing your experience, and you know what, in the way you manage your life, and it's really amazing. We were talking something on a break, and we were talking about how important it is to have a team with you that really have a positive attitude. What do you think about it?
Well, having a team with positive attitude?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I think it's important to have a team no matter what. We all think differently. We have different perspectives. I mean, at Northeastern University, I remember we had a project, and, just to make it very simple, I said, what color is this apple? And everybody else in my group of 5 said pink, orange, red, green, blue. And I'm like, what? That's so weird. But it's because we come from different cultures and we learn differently. So that really opened my eyes on how important it is to have people in your team that has different backgrounds. But it's true. I mean, it's really important to have a team that has good energy, because one bad apple rots all their apples. And you don't want to have negative energy in your teams, because it will spread like a virus. I had that experience in college with teammates, and because you can't do anything about it, you just have to go with it. But I always make sure I tell people, when I interview them, what's your dreams? Where do you want to be in 5 years? How can I help you be a better person? How do you work best? Just asking more questions, less about technical, more about emotions, more about where they are in the head, what motivates them, what drives them. Because then people begin to open up personally about their lives and why they're working, why they're doing certain things. I think that's really important, to have that type of bond, having a people-centric environment for any organization, rather than just focus on money.
Yeah, that's right. I think we have to have a balance in life.
It's great to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I can't wait to go to work and just be around fun people. It's just a great environment. Because think about 8 hours you have to be with that person every single day, or 5 days a week for every single year. So it's like, you want to go into a happy environment.
Yes, I think that's really, really important to really enjoy what you're doing. But Honestly, I really admire from you is you have this sparkle, this positive attitude that you are very energetic, and I think it's something that I know. Maybe you, how do you get all this energy and this, positive attitude? What really inspired you?
No, I know what you mean. To be honest with you, like I said, I wasn't like this before. I was the opposite. But I think being around smart people, I was that person that went on LinkedIn and just went to meet CEOs, just send a message, hey, can we have coffee? And then they look at this young boy like, what? Why are you here? And I was simply honest. I want to be just like you. And their response is this: you should be much more than me. And I'm like, wow. All right. So I got so much knowledge from meeting a lot of people, learning from them, but also listening to motivational tapes, motivational books like Dale Carnegie, Les Brown. You have greatness within you. Hearing these things every single day pumps you up to be a better person. And then while reading books and, all this knowledge, you get to learn that it's okay to fail. And it's all about your positive attitude and how what you seek will seek you in return, and how the universe works with you. I mean, it all sounds weird and freaky, but listen, it works. I mean, you have a positive vibe and good things happen to you. And once in a while you may have something bad happen to you, but that's life. And that's truth. So I guess that just, it's born natural. Well, not natural, but I think it happens. It evolves as you mature and go through different experiences. And one example, I'm sorry, I'm talking long, but one example I've learned is that life is like a golf ball. A golf ball without dimples can't go as far as a golf ball with dimples. So life, we have to get knocked down multiple times, get those dents in ourselves, so we can go much more farther in distance in life. That's about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, pain is only temporary, Problems they don't come to stay. They're only here to help us get bigger and better. So.
Yeah. Do you want to recommend a book to our audience?
Yeah. For any entrepreneur, CEOs, anyone who wants to take a leadership role, a book that I got from school that has helped me so much is a book called Leadership by Peter Northouse. And it has many case studies of different types of leaders out there. It shows you different techniques, tools, and also different types of leaderships out there. Barack Obama versus, Mitt Romney, or, all these different types of people, Steve Jobs, and they all have a different type of leadership. And by reading this book, you get to learn a lot about them and decide what kind of leader are you going to be? Where do you fit the most? I'm a transformational leader. I love to focus on people than the business or money and make them happy. Because if they're happy, I'm happy, the company's happy, we'll grow together as an individual. And I love to develop people and inspire them. So I'm a transformational leader myself. So that's one book, Leadership by Peter Northouse.
Oh, thank you for sharing that tip.
Yes. Any books by Dale Carnegie, I recommend as well. Any book. And if you'd like to get my book, it's on Amazon. So just type in my name, Reynaldo Santana, and believe it or not, I'm the only author on Amazon with that name, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's really amazing, everything you are doing right now. And it's very important what you are doing, and when you are giving back to your community and that you are empowering girls and boys. I think, you are really good example for the new generation that are coming behind us. So I really want to thank you, and I really appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you for being with us in the show. That's really amazing.
I appreciate that so much, Hortensia. It's an honor, a blessing to be on here. And for everyone who's listening out there, thank you so much for your time. Feel free to reach me out. I'll be happy to give anyone tips, advice, or my perspectives. Always here to help. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. This is the end of the show for today, and this is Net Radio Online, and this is Connection, and I'm Hortensia Moreno, your radio host, and we will see you next Friday.